We're back.
We're back. Hello there, everybody. How we are doing? I've got a different mic. I've got the flicking blue snowball mic, so I might be a bit quiet tonight. I don't know. I can't even tell. Am I okay?
No, it sounds good. I like
Sure?
it. I like it.
You sure you're sure?
I am sure. I'm definitely sure. You sound nice. You sound like treacle. It's gorgeous.
I've never been described as a treacle type.
Oh, you're my little treacle too.
Grating than anything. More like a cheese grater than treacle.
No. Oh no! You're only my cheese grater if that cheese grater is very similar to a little treacle tart. Oh, is it a cheese grater or is it a treacle tart?
That little was just perfect.
On closer inspection, it's very much a treacle tart.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Oh, God. Welcome to Don't Be Hero podcast for another week of joy, fun, and happiness.
Yeah, right.
We said we were back properly. This is the first 2 week in a row podcast that we've done for about 11 months.
We're doing all right so far.
Oh, we are doing ever so well so far. We are indeed. So yeah, we are here this week. We have you actually watched all of the thing that we are speaking about?
Have I actually watched all the things? Do you want an honest answer?
Right, that's an immediate no there. That's immediately a no. Right.
Well, let me just say, I've got ChatGPT out to give me a little bit of a booster. Now I've watched it, dear listener. I've watched it. I'm not conning you out.
You have not fucking watched it.
Hey! Don't pass blame over here, right? I have perused the series to the best of my ability, and I can fully make a fair judgment on the 4 episodes that is Eyes of Wakanda. And I think it could fill the best part of 40-45 minutes.
Thanks to ChatGPT's help in telling you exactly what happens and what you can make of it.
Hey, look, I'm just using the future. We're all using less brain cells now. I'm just going to use less for myself. That is true. What's the point, right? What's the point? Just cheat in life, everybody. Just
Jesus Christ.
Just find a way just to make it work for you. If you want to just find a way, a loophole, just get that loophole, just cheat through it.
What?
Dear listener,
At this point, right, I really want to do a little flashback to like episode 1 of Matt Jewson 3 years ago. Just such optimism, glass half full kind of guy. Yeah, just cheat. Well, shit. Okay. All right. Well, here we are. We're back. We're doing Eyes of Wakanda.
do you want to know something?
What's that?
You know, there's that little trend where it's like we listen and we don't judge, and then people like say like a truth. Have you seen that trend?
I don't know if I've seen this trend. No.
Oh, it's like I think it happened like last year. But Forrest, right? I want you to say, I'm listening, and I listen and I don't judge, and then I'm going to say a truth about the podcast.
Okay. I listen and I don't judge.
I never watched a single episode of The Penguin.
Jesus Christ alive.
I watched highlights on YouTube.
Oh, mate. This is the shit I have to contend with, listeners. Right? And do you know what's worse, listeners, right? For people listening at home, what's fucking worse about this from this little dirty cretin, right? Outside of The Penguin, which I thoroughly fucking enjoyed, and if he'd have watched it, he'd have bloody enjoyed himself, but also the amount of fucking programmes this dick has made me watch, knowing full well I don't... In Eyes of Wakanda, I don't even like cartoons. He's making me watch it. He's like, oh, well, we're going to review it. He's not watched a single fucking episode. Honestly, I am absolutely outraged. Fuck, I don't judge. I'm massively judging. I am 2 foot in a fucking judgment your way because the amount of bullshit I've had to watch in the last 3 years, thanks to you. Oh, And a little worm of a man is staring back at me right now, even has the audacity to WhatsApp me and go, "Oh, come on for us, mate. You need to, just a couple more episodes. You can do that by Friday, can't you?" A little fucking worm of a man, mate. You're like, "Oh yeah, for it. Oh, come on, you can do that by Tuesday." Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, Matt. Anything for you, mate. Not even watched an episode.
I held that in for nearly a year.
I can't believe it.
I think we reviewed it this time last year because I was in Birmingham. I remember.
It says so much about the content of probably those episodes.
They were great episodes, but like in the highlights that I watched, I did genuinely enjoy it. Like I couldn't afford getting HBO Max. Like, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't justify it. So I thought I have to find out around it. So I did Rockstar's reviews, and then I watched like scenes on YouTube. So I did research.
I couldn't afford to feed my newborn baby for 2 weeks because I paid to see the baby.
That baby was not even remotely born. Don't you do that?
No, that's the savings I've had to make because of how broke I am because of all the subscriptions you're making me buy.
Unbelievable. There we go.
Okay, all right. Well,
I haven't watched its entirety from start to
You
finish.
haven't watched fucking any of it. You haven't watched any of it. You watched a highlights YouTube guy of someone going, "Well, on last week's House of Wakanda, it started off with an episode of people in Wakanda, and it finished with people in Wakanda."
I do feel like a fraud now. I'll be quite honest.
That's a fraud, mate. Okay, all right. So you've watched little bits of it.
I've absolutely all the information I need to give this a good review. I've got glitter all over me. There's makeup on this table. Sorry.
Nice. Look at that. Lovely. Pizzazz. Eyes of Wakanda. It's a 4-episode series, limited short series. It's animated, and obviously is all linked to Black Panther and Wakanda, Wakanda Forever, all of that stuff. Now, I do have a question. And actually, I think I might have answered that question. So there is a little cameo at the end of the series that I was like, oh, I see we've started back at the start of Black Panther, which is amazing. But we won't start at the end.
Oh,
and also,
yeah.
you won't fucking, no, don't say oh yeah. You don't have a fucking clue what I'm saying because you've not seen it, mate. So don't worry. I'll enlighten you to the moment later on. Yeah. You just ask GPT who turns up at the end of episode 4. Episode 1. Let's start. So it's called Into fucking hell. It's called Into the Lion's Den. So this is in 2060 BC. It follows the story of Dora or Noni.
Dora Milaje.
There's Noni, yeah. Dora Milaje. That's
which
it.
is
Dora
mentioned
Milaje.
in the first Black Panther movie. Dora Milaje is a whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of the culture of the Wakandans. So this is the Dora Milaje. We see. It's almost kind of like Christ-like, right?
Congratulations,
right?
AI. Your contributions.
I'm seeing correlations between the story of Christ and the Dora Milaje.
Oh, that's gorgeous. That's amazing. I really wouldn't have thought that. So that's good. I'm glad you.
In all fairness, that's actually not on ChatGPT. That's genuinely from my own brain. Just so everybody's aware. That was my thought. That was all me.
And me. So we followed Noni, Dora Milaje. That was very Essex of me. Dora Milaje. Is tasked by a mentor with a mission to hunt down and capture a rogue agent named Nakati. So we basically see Noni go and get the lion, which this guy's been referred to, and we see I think this is the weakest episode. Fucking hell.
I agree. I think it is the weakest episode.
Yeah. This is the weakest episode by far, purely on the basis that it's half an hour of just watching Nonny try and defeat the lion. What are you laughing about? I've genuinely watched this, right? And you being like this is implying that I fucking didn't. I wasted so many minutes of my time watching this.
Nonny.
It is Nonny.
I know, but it's funny.
Oh, okay. Nonny's so Nonny's set on a mission to defeat the lion, to grab what is rightfully Wakanda's, right? Now, the issue that I've got is this is a half an hour episode of just tracking a single story, no subplots, no reason to like appreciate Nonny's journey, no reason to really understand why the lion's relevant. It's just and this is my endless issue with the MCU. It don't be an MCU. Like what? Just boring as fuck. But yeah, particularly this episode. The actual subsequent episodes, a bit more interesting, a little bit more going on. But this one is literally just someone is called to defeat somebody else. She spends a lot of time defeating people in order to get to the lion, and eventually gets to the lion. Yeah, I mean it's pretty piss poor, right? Ends up with mortally wounded Nakati, triggers a self-destruct device. And Nakati is obviously the lion. He uses a self-destruction device, which destroys the entire complex of ships. Nonny survives, but basically, and she loses her eye in all of this kind of like all of the duels and the fights that happen up to this point. So yeah, there we are.
That is what happens, and that is exactly the episode. But as a gripe from me from the offset is the animation style.
Oh yeah,
I find it very weird. Like I don't know, I didn't like or enjoy the way it was presented in terms of its animation against kind of the what ifs and the what we know from the what if. It's got a very different aesthetic to it, which again is very deliberate. Some people have actually said they quite enjoyed it. I'm genuinely now looking at reviews and critiques, and some have enjoyed the animations because it kind of gives a different vibe in terms of, you know, what else can Marvel animation do. But I don't know, I found it a bit weird. And that is a genuine comment. See, that the problem is that we're fucked with the episode because now every comment I am gonna make,
you cannot make any comment not sound like you just read that off of ChatGPT.
I actually didn't with that one, but
all right, name.
Next one I will.
Okay, all right. What in terms of the style, it kind of reminds me of. Did you ever play Prince of Persia?
Yes, that.
It reminds me of that style. It's very much that kind of.
There was an Assassin's Creed
kind of
game that was like that as well. There was an Assassin's Creed game that kind of went into an animation one. I can't remember which one it was called. No.
Oh, I didn't know there was one that turns into like a cartoony thing.
Yeah, it's not Russian. It's not a Russian one. It's a female protagonist with a hood. Oh, if you know, dear listener.
Well,
anyway.
That narrows it down,
doesn't it?
Assassin's Creed about a female with Jesus Christ. Assassin's Creed cartoon. Here we go. Origins? No, that's an actual program. No, these are actual programs. Is it? Don't know. Anyway, not what you're on about an Assassin's Creed TV show. You're on about an actual game.
No, a game, actual game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know, mate.
Not fair. All right, fine. Doesn't matter. Moving on. Jesus. Right, next episode. So, episode 2, Legends and Lies. So, this one was set in the Trojan War in 1200 BC. Yeah. But the plot kind of is around about Agent Baku, who is undercover among the Meridians, allied with the Achilles, and were tasked actually with recovering a vibranium necklace which was held within Troy. Troy itself. So there's literal like real life historical moments here that are linked in with the Wakandans, which is quite cool. I didn't read that out of ChatGPT actually. That was completely
Just came to your brain.
Yeah.
So Bakai, not Baku, but Bakai, who is famously in this episode.
Sorry, that was just my brain thinking it was Baku and it was Bakai. Of course, it's Bakai. Yeah,
Bakai,
I'm not looking at something that says Bakai. No, yeah.
Bakai.
Agent Bakai.
Agent Bakai. I quite like
Menon?
this.
Menon, is that his name? Menon? Menon?
Melon. Memnon. Yeah, Memnon. Memnon. So yes, this episode I quite liked because this was a bit more Cloak and Dagger-esque. We weren't quite like, obviously Bakai is hiding his identity to do ultimately his mission. They had like this really cool contraption in this episode where he was sending coded messages to Wakanda, and it's like this circular dish and it's got like 2 buttons at the top of it. So, and he was just like clicking these 2 buttons, it was creating a message. Yeah, it was great.
The way they did the action.
It was just good. It was just good. It was really cool. It was like he's having a little load of chat, but he actually genuinely befriended Achilles. Achilles is a person, right?
Yeah,
Achilles.
The episode plays around with mythology and truth, doesn't it? Which is quite nice.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And then at the end, again, at the end, I get confused because what they do at the end of this episode is Bakai goes back to Wakanda, and then he tells Noni. Right, so we see Noni again from the previous episode, but she's older this time.
Yeah.
And you know that he feels a lot of guilt because he genuinely befriended these people and had to go behind their back in a way to defend Wakanda, right? So this older Noni says that he shouldn't feel guilt because Wakanda will only survive by concealing itself, right? It'll only survive by hiding itself, and we get Noni again as if Noni will come back several times, but this is it. She comes back in episode 2 and then we never see her again. And I'm like, you've built her up in episode 1, see her in episode 2, never again seen. So that confused me. I was like, well, what's the point of bringing her back in episode 2 at all? You might as well just left her. But also, this running theme by this point, right, of this series is that it's kind of quite negative on Wakanda. Because like we know that Wakanda shields itself from the outside world, right? But there's a difference between shielding yourself from the outside world and every time you leave Wakanda, you're doing dirty on other people, countries, area. And I'm like, it's not really the nice story that Wakanda had.
Does it feel like, through its history, actually, when you think about it, it might make sense because through its history, it's gone through phases where their culture, their lifestyle has been exposed to public eyes or just kind of exposed to other cultures or other areas and localities, and particularly with this. And then they've gone, oh no, people know too much about us. We have to hide and go into hiding. And if you look at it in a sense of there's always been this sense of push and pull with the identity of Wakanda and the privacy and the secrecy around Wakanda as well, and what's it called? The ambiguity around it all.
Ambiguity, yeah.
That's it. That's the word. Thank you. Thanks, Forrest. Makes sense. It makes sense. I feel, and I think as much as you say, you probably can go, oh, actually, that's a bit of a plot hole. But actually, in hindsight, it does actually make sense a little bit because there must have been moments where it's like, no, we're Wakandans. We've got to bring all of what we can offer to the world out. And then they get stung by it and they get kind of hurt by it and it gets used against them. And then that makes them retreat and hide it more because the world isn't ready for it. Because there is always that kind of underlying, narrative with the tech that they've got. Is that the world isn't ready for us. The world isn't ready for our tech until recently. But that's what I love about Wakanda. the genuine, like in terms of like, that's a really interesting concept when you throw into a superhero universe.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Chat GPT.
Shut the front door. That was nothing but a
super
Matt
useful,
brain brilliance. That was like uber fucking nerd. That was. Thank you very much. That was me. Oh me.
We need to make that real footage. I need that face all over Instagram. Jesus Christ. There we go. Oh, there we go. You're cross. You look like someone then. Look like a celebrity then. Pull that face again.
I felt like I just did my best Russell Kane.
Yeah, maybe. Try pull that face again though. There is actually someone.
I don't.
You fuck. That was even better.
I don't know. I'm not doing it again. No, I'm not a performing monkey. Stop.
That is.
I need to do it on the night.
That is genius. Yeah. Okay. So episode 2. Episode 3, Lost and Found. Wakandan field agent Basher. So Basher was sent in to retrieve a piece of vibranium held inside a small dragon statue. So Basher takes the whole thing because the vibranium can't be removed. And basically, what he has done unintentionally is bring somebody from Kunlun, which is where he took this vibranium from. We find out that this person is Durrani, who is the woman who found him in the snow outside of Kunlun and nursed him back to health. So this episode is a little bit of chase, little kiss chase going on. Basher, we get he's quite a character of Basher, but again, leads nowhere. Essentially, just the same plot we've seen unfold for the whole series. It's very much a similar beast, this Matt. Oh, Matt is typing away. He's furiously asking ChatGPT to save this podcast. For a secretly hates.
I've just been chatting shit down on the banner while you've been giving some reviews. This is why you need to watch it on YouTube, dear listener, because I'm doing a YouTube exclusive here.
YouTube
a bit
exclusive.
Of banter on YouTube.
Woo. This episode was good. I liked. I did like Basher. I enjoyed him as a character. We do get some nice scenes between himself and Durrani, which is cool. Very much like they're just all stealing artifacts. They're all stealing artifacts.
He's right.
Matt is so disinterested in this, and this is purely because he's not watched the fucking thing.
No, I have watched bits.
Jesus Christ.
No, do you know? I mean, episode 3, there was an emotional core to it. I mean, so as you witness, it's the Iron Fist, isn't it?
It is the Iron Fist. Yeah, this is the episode of the Iron Fist.
Yeah, and it's a long overdue representation as well with the Iron Fist, because let's be honest, we haven't seen any of that Iron Fist situation in the MCU. So I think I actually don't know if we're due to have Iron Fist back, because a part of our next week's episode is a news episode, dear listener, by the way, and we're going to talk about Shang-Chi, because there's been developments about Shang-Chi.
Shut up.
Oh,
hang on. Are we on about the actor being tied to Superman?
No, about Shang-Chi 2.
Oh,
in development. And I wonder, sorry, I don't want to pick my hands out, but I wonder whether there might be an Iron Fist situation going in there.
Okay.
But I think the Iron Fist is. I mean, you got to think about all the other superheroes or supervillains or in between characters that have been introduced into the MCU, and we're still yet to have Iron Fist. Sorry about Iron Fist is, I would say, like a B-list tiered MCU character. We're in the echelon of, like, I'd say Moon Knight, right? So I think it's long overdue. We got it in here, but we need it in the live action situation. That's for certain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Episode 3, we kind of end up with Basher and Ebo cover up the incident to Rakim, who's like the head honcho, and Rakim promotes Ebo, but Durrani is still there. So they have to get her back to a hangar where she returns to Kunlun with the statue's head. And by that point, lost the will to live with that episode, because I was like, well, okay, so everything's back to normal. Half an hour later, everything's exactly how it set off at the beginning. And with no mention of Noni and no wider context. So there we are. That was lovely. What an episode.
Well done, Forrest.
Should we go to the next episode?
Yeah, go on then.
Or maybe you got something powerful to say about episode 3. I don't know.
I mean, I don't have a huge take on it. No.
This is the worst podcast we've offered for 3 years, Matt. This is
it's
terrible
not.
substance.
We've done worse. But like, I know. The only thing I will say is that it is a fresh take on the Iron Fist and the cultural respect and humility within the theme of the episode.
Hell, man.
And how it recovers the dragon statue, and it's the artifact against conflict, and with the new Iron Fist being revealed, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Episode 4. Don't yawn.
Shall we? Should do episode 4. Let's do episode 4.
I'm engaged. Thank you.
Same.
I'm switched on.
Episode 4 is The Last Panther.
The Last Panther.
Where it is indeed.
Well, this is the last episode.
The last episode of this momentous series. So Kuda, this is about Kuda, who is mentoring Prince Tafari on his first mission to retrieve a vibranium axe from Adwa during a battle. So they go off to retrieve the axe, but are stopped in their tracks, where they find the Queen of Wakanda, who is also the last Black Panther from 500 years in the future. Now, this plot will be interesting because will we see any of this roll out at any point? Who knows? But Black Panther basically shows them a vision of Wakanda, where it's in ruins, destroyed by aliens, only known as the Horde. So we haven't encountered the Horde. Outside of this remit, but the Black Panther sent herself back in time to find a way of stopping the Horde, and found the axe helps the future king of Wakanda to see the wider world as potential allies, but only if the axe is left where it's found. So she basically asks Tafari and Kuda to put that axe back where they found it, and just in the nick of time, they do just that. So after Tafari covers up what happened to the royal family, Tafari and Kuda hope the failure of their original mission was worthy to save the future. Because, of course, Tafari and Kuda, by failing that mission and putting the axe back to where it was, had to convince the people of Wakanda that was the best thing to do. And they did. Basically, they did convince.
They did.
Because we end with the beginning of Black Panther, because we get Killmonger back, Matt,
who discovers the axe
in the London Museum, where he starts off the first film, right?
And that is what it didn't say.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. So that is how that ends.
Wait. I haven't seen. I'm interested in. I did miss this one. Now I haven't seen the axe, and I want to look at what the axe looks like.
True.
That's quite. Oh yes, so it is that axe, right? Of course.
Same acts from the film.
Of course.
Yeah. So, yeah, this episode, again, because it ties into the wider MCU, ties into what else we've seen, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this. But
why did we only get that episode then with that tie-in?
Because at this point, I swear Marvel's got money to burn, Matt. It's just the creation of just random bollocks. Like, it's just that who is this for, right? Because if this is for people who like Black Panther, right, then there are so little references to anything they know other than Wakanda it likes to isolate themselves. Yeah, we got that in the two big films where that's pretty much all that was discussed. Well, not was all that was discussed. That was a major plot of what was discussed both times.
It sort of feels like that this was just like a graphic novel that was just put into an animation. Because that's what it is, effectively. It's just building on the lore of Wakanda and its stories. So absolutely has its relevancy, absolutely has its place. But to be told in an animation, I don't know whether... I think maybe it could have been better maybe in a graphic novel. I think just kind of like placing it into something that is volumes other than episodes that's 30 minutes long, where Paul Forrest has had to endure for the sake of the podcast, because I can only commend him on his commitment. Looking fucking
so
downtrodden in his faces. He's going to kill me. After this, if we're going to finish recording, he's going to be like, you fucking mug. Anyway, you feel like, I think ultimately, like you say, they're burning money. This was probably something that was in the timeline for a long time, even before they decided to go over kind of like, no, we want quality over quantity. Yeah. And they've kind of gone, well, we've already started the animation rights on this, blah, 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 and they've kind of gone ahead with it. It doesn't add anything, does it, mate?
No.
Let's be honest. It doesn't add anything at all.
And even, even if I was to discard all of the MCU and watch this in isolation, they're just... I don't know who it's for, because this is not... Kids aren't going to... I can't imagine children are going to find these stories enjoyable, right? But they are so one-dimensional that they can't possibly be for adults. It's just... They're so one-dimensional, half-an-hour blocks. And I'm just like, oh, God, who is this for? Why prioritize this? And the money that goes into it, you're like, you just save that money. Just save that money for loads of different... Save it for another project. Save it and get, like, fuck it, I don't know, like, what? Yeah, tell me who this was for. Kev, come on, mate.
Come on, K-Dog. Give us what the audience need. The thing is that the audience score on the Rotten Tomatoes is 91%. Not the audience, the critics score. Sorry. The critics score. Which is, again, I think maybe this was a project that was built on artistic output other than audiences on a general front being enticed to watch it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like maybe it was just more of an artistic venture for Disney, the MCU, those that are working within those departments, those that want to have that type of work as well, to do something that's worthwhile for them in terms of the stories that they're telling. Now, they're all interesting enough in terms of all those episodes, in terms of everything that happens in those episodes. It's all interesting enough around the lore, around the history of it. But again, it could have been... You also could make the argument that many of those 4 episodes, if not all of them, could have been a standalone What If episode in Series 3, 4.
Exactly that.
Maybe they were just debunked What If episodes, actually.
Maybe. Yeah, quite possibly. I want to know more of why. Why released? Why now? Who for? And I'm sure if we dig deep into chat GPT, it could give us a bloody good answer, but that would require Matt asking two questions, and he doesn't pay for it, so he can't ask to. I wouldn't expect you to do either. You can't be bothered to watch half an hour episode, so that's fine. I've not got a problem with that.
I watched all 4 probably in a space of half an hour.
Nice.
That doesn't help, does it?
That's good. No,
because
because it's 2 hours of my life I won't get back on the basis that I thought you were joining me on it.
Were you holding a baby? Were you holding a baby at the time?
I was.
Well, there we go. No time was wasted there.
No, so. Very true. Kit slept throughout. So
I was going to say Kit must have slept through it.
Got no feedback from him either. He might as well have used ChatGPT himself. Not a single word was spoken by him. No. Don't care if he's 5 weeks old. I want to know what your views and opinions are about this series. Come on, mate. No. Stop grabbing my chest and pretending it's boob. All right. Watch the program, mate. Focus, boy.
Eyes on the program.
Focus. Eyes on the prize.
What would K-Dog say?
So yeah, that's that. Matt is now actually crafting Lego. That sounds like you're putting Lego together. Are you? Oh. That was a fucking guess. Oh my god. Oh my god.
These.
My
honestly,
god.
I shit you not. These are my favourite episodes. Like every now and then, me and Forrest have episodes where it just is not. It's just not. It's not like it's not there. It's like it is there. It's just a very different energy. And like the energy that I'm giving today, particularly today, is an energy that I just can't describe. But like it's also something that I think is very on theme with Don't Be a Hero podcast. We've got. Do you remember? And I'm going to go down a trip down memory lane. Do you remember the coffee episode? Do you remember that coffee episode that we had?
Oh, yes.
We had shit tons of coffee. I think it was a Saturday morning we recorded, and I think we were reviewing a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It might have been No Way Home, Far From Home. Might have been Far From Home, actually. And we were both really high on coffee, and we couldn't get like a single fucking takeout or any kind of like logistical kind of like thoughts. And I think I ended up playing guitar. I genuinely think I ended up playing guitar, and I sang a song.
But this is where you played the Spider-Man theme tune like endlessly.
Yes. See, those are the best episodes.
Oh, quality. Whether the listeners think that, I don't know. But either way, Matt's put some Lego together.
It's raw. It's down to earth. It's it's hashtag relates. We're relatable and stuff. I'm building Lego. Who doesn't build Lego? Cool people build Lego, and I'm one of those people. Am I right? Oh, am I right? Okay, Forrest. Give me your, and do you know what? I am relinquishing my right to give a review and a final take and a crisp rating on this TV show because I haven't earned the right, but Forrest certainly has. So Forrest, go on.
I'm gonna say crisp rating. This is gonna be a what is this gonna be? This is gonna be prawn skips, right? And I'm saying prawn skips because it's that bag that no one touches, and you're like, how are skips still able to sell that flavour? Because nobody's. I love prawns, right? And I love prawn flavoured stuff.
I smell it.
And I love skips, but the idea of prawn skips actually makes me slightly sick inside. It's me having a bag full of those and going, oh no. Someone's gone, I've got you some skips. And I'm like, fucking get in, quit in. Oh, no.
Prawn crisps just generally give me indigestion.
No. Prawn crisps generally are lovely.
Oh no, I don't like those prawn. What's it? Give me a bag of those. I'm
Prawn
done.
what's it? Are they good?
Prawn what's it? Oh my god, those giant prawn what's it, dude. Honestly,
Never had a prawn what's it.
fucking sick. They're great. They genuinely are great.
No,
No, don't look at me like that. Don't fucking make the fucking face like that.
I'm just going to question that a prawn what's it for people who are not in the UK and don't know what a what's it is. Could sound a little bit like someone else.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, you know.
So a what's it is a gigantic penis that you just inhale, dear listener. To be honest, they are quite phallic. What's-its are quite phallic, and when they're giant what's-its, they are quite phallic.
And what we say is a prawn what's it is an unwashed what's it.
An unwashed what's-it. Tasty.
No, we're joking. Prawn what's it is a crisp, is a cheesy variety of crisp, and prawn what's it is obviously a prawn variant of that what's it.
It's like a Cheeto. It's literally a Cheeto, but just bigger and tastes like prawn. Right?
Yeah.
That was too long of a pause. I didn't know whether I was right or wrong then.
I didn't know if there was some more to that, but yeah, no.
Would you
I
like to
agree.
see my Lego? I did that. You have to watch it on YouTube now, dear listener. Forrest is so disappointed in me tonight.
I'm like, this is just.
I've given you a hard truth. I've given you nothing but cool vibes. Look,
It is like.
it's a spaceship.
It's, sometimes in life. Sometimes in life, you have to worry about those closest to you. And
Forrest, pew pew,
yeah.
pew 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 pew.
Sadly, this is really veering into territory where what happens next is I solo lead the podcast next week and have to inform the listeners that Matt went on to kill 20 people that evening. And he's currently in prison for the rest of his life. he just fucking lost it. But it's all good. It's all good. We'll both be here next week for the news episode.
Of course we will. This was episode 174, and next week will be episode 175, dear listener.
Wow. There we are.
I'm just going to keep counting. I'm going to make it a new thing. I'm just going to keep counting so I can remember. And also, that's mad. We've done I know we've been really shit, dear listeners. We have been so shit with our regularity this year, particularly. Just life has been so crazy for both of us. But we've got this wonderful show that we are doing in October. A live podcast show for Culture Fringe Festival in Colchester. We are doing a live show on the 27th of October and the 2nd of November. 27th is at 8:30 at night, and the 2nd of November is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to be the same show each. It might slight differences, but it'll be the same show. But it's going to be great. It's going to be full of sketches. It's going to be full of hot takes, audience participation. There's going to be the usual stuff that you get from an episode of Don't Be a Hero podcast, just like this. But we'll go through the MCU. We'll talk about DC. We'll talk about Mr. K-Dog. We might talk about the future of the MCU. Who knows? There's going to be all kinds of things. Very comedy heavy. Very kind of like a mixture of live podcast and stand-up. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be great. I can't wait because it genuinely will be great. It's at a venue called Coda on the High Street. But you can get everything you need to in a link on this episode. And you can book your tickets now. Tickets are £8. They're only £8.
Cheap as chips.
You go to the theatre. You'd probably pay 50, 60, 70 quid to go and see Wolf and Owl on their live podcast at Hammersmith Apollo. We're just as good, if not, definitely sexier. So you should definitely, in a more up close and personal venue, see these sexy faces. And we're just gonna with class and smooth, I just did there with my headphones.
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna have a great time. A brilliant time.
That's it. Come and join us. We're it's gonna
Do you know
be
what
fun.
I text Forrest earlier and I said we need to make a better poll for the for selling the live show, and I can't help but think I made it worse than last week.
What I love mostly is people have got to get through the rest of the 44 minutes of this episode, which is arguably one of our worst, to get to that minute worth of footage. So let's hope you've stayed put.
We didn't even say at the beginning. Fuck's sake.
No. Second week running. We could have mentioned that, but oh well. We'll leave it. Maybe next week. Next week with a sweet spot. We can mention it at the start. But it's been lovely as always, Matt. And I will see you next week for a news episode that you can do some research for.
I will. I promise. I will. I promise.
Love that. Right.
All right, then.
Mate.
Bye, mate. Love you. Bye, dear listener. Bye. Oh my God,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.